Today's video is a wrap-up of the books that I read for the month of May. Hi, I'm Jane, and welcome to the Reading Nook. So the total number of books that I read for the month of May was 23, and since January I've read 94 books in total. So I'm 6 books away from making it to 100. I have a personal reading goal for the year of 300 books that I want to finish. And I made that goal last year. I read 310 books last year, so I think I can do it this year. And so in the breakdown by genre of the books that I read in the month of May were, I read 2 classics, 11 cozy mysteries, 1 fantasy, 4 mysteries, so those were Agatha Christie books, 3 romantic suspense, and 2 thrillers. And in star rating or dumpling rating, I didn't rate anything 1 or 2. I had 8 3 dumplings, 12 4 dumplings, and 3 5 dumplings. And with the format, I listened to 8 audiobooks and I read 15 ebooks. So I still, the 8 audiobooks is still a pretty good number, but the majority of my reading was ebook. My average rating to date is 3.68, so that's pretty good. That's not a bad rating. And my most disappointing read was Live and Let Chai by Bree Baker, and this was #1 in the Seaside Cafe series, I believe. And this was, I read this for the, no, this was, okay, I'm trying to remember now. I wanted to read this because I was reading No Good Tea Goes Unpunished. This was for Teacups and Murder book club. This is hosted by Spencer from Intentionally Bookish and Courtney from Protagonist. So I needed to read book 1 before I got it over to book 2. So I read Live and Let Chai, and this one was my most disappointing read. I found it a little bit disappointing. Well, I found it a bit negative. It was like anything that could go wrong with the main character, it was going wrong. So it was, I gave it 3 dumplings, and it was all right. But I mean, there were some aspects that were good. But I found it. I mean, Bree Baker is the pen name for Julie Ann Lindsay, and I really liked her books in the Cider Shop series and her books as she writes as Jacqueline Frost in the Christmas Tree Farm mysteries. I read book 1 so far, so I was hoping that Live and Let Chai would have been good as well. I mean, it was all right, but it was just like I said earlier, anything that was going to go wrong with the main character, it was going wrong. So that unfortunately was a disappointing read for me. And a new category that I have for myself that I created for myself this month was most surprising read, and I have 2 choices for this one. And the first one was Mistborn: The Final Empire and Space Murder by Nikki Haverstock. Oh, Mistborn is written by Brandon Sanderson, and this is an epic fantasy. And I was surprised. It's a surprising read because I was surprised that how much I would like it, because I didn't read very much epic fantasy. I tried reading it before, and I found it hard to get into, is because fantasy books, if any of you read fantasy books, you know that they're really big books. So it kind of it's hard to get into. This one I listened to on Audible. I used one of my credits to buy it. And I was surprised that I liked it, and I like the fact that there's a found family in the book with Kelsier, Vin, Sazed, everybody in the crew, in Kelsier's crew. And I found there's some aspects of it that were a little bit confusing that I needed to go on Google and on the wiki to understand, like the magic system where it's called allomancy, and that's where people that have this ability to use metals and control and manipulate metals. That was a little bit confusing to me, so I had to look it up online. And also, if there was a character that came up, I used the wiki to just familiarize myself with who they were. But otherwise, I enjoyed the book, and I used up a credit. I used another credit to get Well of Ascension, which is book 2 in the Mistborn Era 1 series, or yes, series. So I'm going to listen to that one very soon. And the my second read was that was surprising, that I said that there was Space Murder by Nikki Halverstock, and this was a book pick for the Cozy Escape Book Club, and this is a sci-fi cozy mystery. And I was this one, it surprised me how much I enjoyed it, because it's my first sci-fi mystery, cozy mystery, and I found it really, really quirky and really funny. The characters were funny, and I liked the mystery itself and how it was plotted. And I fell asleep listening to the book, so I didn't know who done it, the murder, but it didn't matter to me. I still enjoyed the book, and this was one of my five dumpling reads. And the best book for the month of May was Seduction and Death. That is by J.D. Robb. It's the part of the In Death series. I forget which number it is. I'll put it up on the screen. And this one was really good. I enjoyed it. There was humor in the book. The mystery was really good. The way that the murders were happening was really disgusting and evil, but it was still the way that it was all put together in the book. I really enjoyed it. The whole book was really good. And this was another 5 dumpling read for me. So that was my wrap up for the month of May and how I did. How did you all do in your reading for May? I'd like to know in the comments. If you'd like to post in the comments below, I'll be very interested. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.